fifth grade teacher at Bowdoinham Community School.
So how was the rivalry between you and Mr. Howe? Mr. Howe with his Operation Fly the Coop trying to get Osborn away from us, and your class with Operation Keep Osborn trying to secure Osborn in our room.
Well, it was pretty tense. Mr. Howe took it very seriously because he was a little jealous that we got Osborn the first time around.
Mr. Howe just sort of went overboard with it a couple times.
I think that it was a lot of fun. I think it made everybody work a lot harder because they really wanted to keep Osborn, not only just in our school, but also each class wanted to host Osborn for themselves. But I think that in the end, it brought both of our classes together because we really feel proud as a school that we have such great linguists that we were able to keep Osborn here.
I thought, my favorite part was the rival between Mr. Howe's class and Mrs. Markham's class.
How come?
Well, I think it made us work harder.
So basically you wanted Flat Osborn, so you worked harder at kids.
And I'm Elizabeth.
How do you think the rivalry was between Mr. Howe's class trying to get Osborn from us and then us trying to keep Osborn?
I think that was good that we did that because we were studying more to help us whether we got to keep Osborn.
What was your favorite part?
Probably when we were doing the whole word thing, groups together with in a group. That was pretty fun. My favorite activity was actually called Around the World.
Can you explain that?
Sure. Mrs. Monk, our teacher, was in the center. She would randomly pick one of us to start, and I'm pretty sure she would say a definition of a word, and we would have to pick
Hi,
the
Spencer. I'm going to ask
from
you a
our
few
word
questions about what you think about the WordMasters program and how it can help you in ways. How do you study for the WordMasters tests?
I write things about certain words and then I sort of rehearse them. I'll ask a parent or a friend or a different family member to ask questions about a certain word and I'll have to answer them using the information that I wrote down.
Students and you study for the WordMasters test.
Well, there's a couple of things that we do. The first thing we do is we use the words, I use the words in the morning messages that we use as part of our morning meeting. That's how we introduce them. And then every student in our class made a word web that they shared during morning meeting. And then we also played games or did activities during morning meeting that were using those words. And then each student in the class made a word webs for all the words that were on the WordMasters list.
Well, thank you, Miss Marcarell.
Well, thank you for asking me.
Well, thank you for talking with me. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, thanks, Elizabeth. Goodbye. Thank you, Spencer.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Cox.
Hi, I'm Haley.
Hi, I'm Jordan.
Hi, I'm Kate.
Hi, I'm Andy Stratton.
Hi, I'm Mr. Howe, and I am Commander-in-Chief of Operation Fly the Coop.
Mr. Howe just sort of went overboard with it a couple times.
So our first question is we'll be asking you about what this whole operations thing was about. I mean, we've heard about Operation Keep Flat Osborn. What was yours?
Well, ours was Operation Fly the Coop. It was a friendly competition between Mr. Howe's class and Miss Markham's class. Operation Fly the Coop. I think it was very creative compared to the other class.
Yeah. Tell us how you came up with Operation Fly the Coop.
Well, it's an interesting story. I actually walked in on a secret meeting that was taking place in Mrs. Marcarell's room, and I saw the acronym on the board, OFKO, and I was like, boy, what is that? They were writing on their homework agendas and found out that it was Operation Keep Osborn. So I decided that we needed a counter operation, and in talking with some students, we just came up with Operation Fly the Coop and put it together.
How did you study?
Well, usually like everyone else, I just sat down with a dictionary and I would look up the words and write them down, and I would just come up with existing knowledge
Are you proud of your school, just generally about this?
Yes, I am very proud that we got the top 14 out of 16 spots.
Yeah.
I am very proud of our school because we did earn Flat Osborn.
I'm very proud of our class. I think that everybody did a tremendous job, just because they took the time to be part of the whole operation from the beginning. And some people did extra studying, I know, outside of school, and when they had time during quiet times, they would go out in the hallway to study with one another. So it was a lot of time and commitment on their part, and they showed the interest enough to really do well and accepted the challenge and believed that they could do it, and they did it.
And are you proud of your school and your class?
Yeah, I think even more than the class, I'm proud of Bowdoinham Community School, especially the 5th grade, because not only were we able to be successful in our competition between the classrooms, but I think that that little bit of competition, which was friendly, really brought our school to a new level, and I think that that'll be an inspiration for other schools that want to find ways and time to fit a little something extra in with the vocabulary during the day.
Does these WordMaster words show up in your everyday life here at school?
Sometimes we read books and the words come up, and before we don't know what the words are. So we're like, I wonder what that word means. But now, since we know the words, we know what they mean.
How does WordMasters affect your everyday life?
Well, I guess I just sort of like to use them in front of my friends and my family and use them during writing.
About WordMasters.
It's a little complicated because some of the words you have to memorize and it's hard to say them.
How do you feel about WordMasters?
I feel it's a good way for kids to get a bigger vocabulary, and it really helps them learn a lot more words that they could be using.
And how do you feel about WordMasters in general?
I think WordMasters is a great program for kids to kind of push themselves to expand their vocabularies, and I think that the same with like a Math Olympiads that we do at our school. Any opportunity for kids to get together, and kids who otherwise might think that this wouldn't be something they could normally do, or that they're not maybe the best student in the room and that this isn't something that's for them. I think it proves to kids that if you take the time to try something, that you can be successful with it. So I hope it pushes some kids to kind of go beyond the classroom and do some extra things.
Okay, thank you.